Hey there, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters! Welcome back to Coins Dealer, where we uncover the hidden stories and incredible values behind some of the rarest coins out there. Today, we're diving into the fascinating tale of the 1965 no-mint mark Washington quarter, a coin that might just make you a millionaire. Yes, you heard that right. This quarter has sold for an astounding $1.9 million, and in this video, we'll reveal why, how to identify one, and tips for spotting one in your collection. To understand why the 1965 Washington quarter is so special, let's take a trip back in time. The mid-1960s was a pivotal moment in U.S. coinage history. Due to a nationwide coin shortage, the U.S. Mint made a drastic decision. They replaced 90% silver coins with copper-nickel-clad coins starting in 1965. This shift meant silver quarters from previous years were no longer produced. But here's the twist. A few quarters from 1965 were accidentally struck on silver planchets, the leftover silver blanks from 1964. These silver 1965 quarters are extremely rare, and their accidental existence has made them one of the most sought-after coins in the world of numismatics. Now, what makes this coin worth up to $1.9 million? It all comes down to its rarity and historical significance. Only a handful of these era coins exist, and they're considered anomalies in the minting process. A 1965 silver quarter isn't just a mistake, it's a snapshot of a historic transition in U.S. coinage.in auctions. Rarity drives value. A well-preserved silver 1965 Washington quarter graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can fetch jaw-dropping amounts. One of the most notable sales occurred when a specimen sold for $1.9 million due to its pristine condition and unique backstory. So, how can you tell if you've got a 1965 silver quarter? Here's what to look for. A silver quarter will have a solid silver edge without the copper line visible on clad quarters. A silver quarter weighs 6.25 grams, while a copper-nickel clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams. You can use a precise scale to check. Silver coins have a distinct, high-pitched ring when dropped compared to clad coins. If you think you've got one, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to authenticate it. These steps could help you uncover a true gem hidden in your collection. Check rolls from banks or your personal stash. Estate sales and auctions. Often, valuable coins are overlooked by sellers. Garage sales and flea markets. Hidden treasures can turn up in the most unexpected places. Remember, finding one requires patience and a keen eye, but the potential reward is worth it. The 1965 silver Washington quarter is a rare minting error caused by leftover silver planchets. It's worth up to $1.9 million because of its rarity and historical significance. Check the coin's edge, weight, and sound to identify a silver version. Look for them in coin rolls, auctions, and second-hand sales. Imagine finding one of these gems. Your coin collection could change your life overnight. Could you be sitting on a fortune without even knowing it? One small coin from your pocket change could be worth a staggering $1.4 million. That's right. The 1971 Washington quarter has collectors around the world buzzing. And today, we're diving deep into its incredible story, its value, and how you might spot one of these rare gems. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to honor the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. By 1971, these quarters were a staple of American currency, and the Denver Mint, indicated by the D Mint mark, was churning out millions of them. But why would a 1971 Washington quarter suddenly be worth over $1 million? The answer lies in its rarity and unique errors. Most 1971 quarters are just like the ones in your change, made of a copper-nickel-clad composition and worth their face value, 25 cents. However, a few extraordinary examples were mistakenly struck on a pure silver planchet, the type used for older quarters before 1965. This error makes them incredibly valuable to collectors. Composition: mistakenly struck on a silver planchet. Weight: approximately 6.25 grams, heavier than typical quarters. Errors like these happen when leftover planchets from earlier coinages are mistakenly used in production. For the 1971 quarter, Some silver blanks from pre-1965 quarters somehow ended up in the presses at the Denver Mint. These errors are incredibly rare, with only a handful known to exist. The first silver-struck 1971 D quarter was discovered decades later when a collector noticed the unusual weight and shine. After professional grading and certification, its value skyrocketed. Now, here's how you can check if you have one of these million-dollar coins. A typical clad quarter weighs 5.67 grams, while the rare silver quarter weighs about 6.25 grams. Use a precise digital scale to check. Ensure the coin has the D Mint mark under the date. Silver quarters have a solid, bright edge, while clad quarters show a copper core. The most famous 1971 D silver quarter sold at auction for a jaw-dropping $1.4 million. Its rarity and near-perfect condition made it a once-in-a-lifetime find. Experts believe there might still be a few out there, possibly hiding in old collections or even pocket change. If you think you've found a silver 1971 D quarter, here's what to do next. Cleaning can damage the coin and lower its value. Send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm its authenticity. Work with trusted dealers or auction houses to get the best value. Who would have thought that a simple quarter could hold such incredible value? The 1971 D Washington quarter reminds us that treasures can be hidden in the most unexpected places. So, check your piggy banks, search those coin jars, and who knows, you might just hold the next $1.4 million coin in your hands. We're diving into the fascinating story of this rare and valuable coin, and by the end of this video, you'll know why this quarter is so extraordinary, what to look for in your own pocket change, and how it could potentially change your life. Before we jump into the details, let's start with a little background. The Washington quarter was first introduced in 1932 to commemorate George Washington's 200th birthday. Designed by John Flanagan, this iconic coin became a staple of American currency. The 1986 quarter, minted in Philadelphia, features Washington's classic profile on the obverse and an eagle perched on a branch on the reverse. So, what makes some of these coins worth far more than face value? When it comes to coin collecting, there are a few factors that can skyrocket a coin's value. The 1986 P. Washington quarter that fetched $1.2 million has a unique story tied to these factors. Let's break it down. First up, mint errors. Coins are mass-produced in the billions, but errors can still happen. For the 1986 P. quarter, a rare double die error on the obverse is what made it so valuable. A double die error occurs when the coin is struck twice but slightly off alignment, creating a shadow-like effect on the lettering and details. In this specific coin, the doubling was found on Washington's profile and the phrase "In God We Trust." Always look closely at the lettering and design for signs of doubling. Condition is king in the coin world. Graded by the professional coin grading service, PCGS, this quarter was given a grade of MS67, meaning it was in near-perfect condition. Out of the millions of quarters minted in Philadelphia that year, only a handful are preserved in such pristine condition. Handling, circulation, and storage can cause wear and tear, making high-grade examples extremely rare and valuable. Here's where the story gets even more exciting. In 2023, this rare 1986 P quarter with the double die error and MS67 grade was sold at auction for an astonishing $1.2 million. It was a record-breaking sale that shocked both collectors and experts alike. But what makes a collector willing to pay such a staggering price? For many, it's the rarity, the historical value, and the thrill of owning a one-of-a-kind piece of history. Now, here's the part you've been waiting for. How do you know if you've got one of these valuable coins? Here's what to do. Look for the P Mint mark, indicating it was minted in Philadelphia. Use a magnifying glass to spot doubling on the obverse. Pay close attention to Washington's profile and the lettering. Does the coin look uncirculated? Minimal scratches and a strong, shiny luster are good signs. If you think your coin is special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC for an official evaluation. Imagine finding a $1.2 million treasure in your pocket change. That's the magic of coin collecting. The 1986 P. Washington quarter reminds us that history, rarity, and a keen eye can turn ordinary objects into extraordinary treasures. So, the next time you get change, take a moment to inspect those coins. You never know what you might find. We're exploring a seemingly ordinary coin that could be worth a staggering $1.5 million, the 1994 Washington quarter. Yes, you heard that right, $1.5 million. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and why this coin is so valuable. Before we dive into the specifics of the 1994 quarter, let's talk a little about the Washington quarter. First minted in 1932, this coin was introduced to honor George Washington's 200th birthday. Over the decades, it's undergone some design changes, but the core features remain the same: Washington's profile on the obverse and an eagle on the reverse for pre-1999 quarters. The P Mint mark you see here signifies that the coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. In 1994, millions of these coins were produced, making it seem like a typical issue. So, what makes this particular coin so special? The key to the $1.5 million value lies in an extremely rare error during the minting process. Experts believe only a handful of these error coins exist. Some theories suggest that these coins were struck on an experimental planchet, a blank disc of metal used for other coin designs. This mistake created a unique coin that collectors and investors are willing to pay a fortune for. On these rare quarters, you might notice differences in weight, composition, or even the details of the design. If you think you've spotted one, hold tight. We'll tell you how to confirm its authenticity. Here's what you need to check if you have a 1994 Washington quarter. Look for the P Mint mark under the year. Use a digital scale. The error coins might weigh slightly more or less than the standard 5.67 grams. Check for unusual textures or designs that don't match other 1994 quarters. These error coins might have a unique appearance due to their experimental planchet. Lastly, if you suspect you've found one, get it authenticated by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine it and determine its rarity and value. One of these rare 1994 Washington quarters fetched $1.5 million at auction. The reason? Its rarity, historical significance, and the fact that collectors will pay a premium for unique items. Coins like these often become the centerpiece of private collections or museums. It's a reminder that even the smallest treasures can hold immense value. If you're new to coin collecting or just want to keep an eye out for valuable coins, here are a few tips. Always check your quarters for unusual features. Network with collectors and learn more about rare finds. A magnifying glass, digital scale, and coin reference books are essential. Rare coin values can fluctuate, so keep an eye on market trends. So, the next time you have a 1994 Washington quarter in your hand, don't just toss it in the vending machine. It could be your golden ticket. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon to stay updated on more coin discoveries. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pocket change make you rich! We're diving deep into this fascinating coin, uncovering its secrets, and showing you exactly what to look for to see if you've struck gold, or should I say silver. So grab your magnifying glass and stay tuned. Before we jump into why this coin is worth so much, let's start with the basics. The 1995 Washington quarter was minted in two locations: Philadelphia, marked with a P, and Denver, marked with a D. The P Mint mark, found just above the date on the coin, indicates that it was minted in Philadelphia. Now, millions of these quarters were made, so why is this one so special? The answer lies in a rare minting error that has sent collectors into a frenzy. This particular 1995 Washington quarter has a unique double die error. A double die error occurs when the coin's die shifts slightly during the minting process, causing key details to appear doubled. On the 1995 quarter, the doubling is most noticeable in the word liberty, the phrase "in God we trust," and sometimes even on the date. Look closely at this example here. Notice how the letters appear shadowed or doubled. This is the hallmark of the double die error that makes this coin incredibly rare and valuable. Now let's talk about how this coin made headlines. In 2022, a pristine, Uncirculated example of the 1995 Washington quarter, with this rare error sold at auction for an astounding $1.4 million. That's life-changing money for a single quarter. But it's not just about the doubling. The condition of the coin plays a huge role in its value. Coins graded as mint state 67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are the ones fetching these astronomical prices. So, how can you tell if your 1995 Washington quarter is worth millions? Here's a step-by-step guide. First, make sure your coin has the P mint mark above the date. If it doesn't, it's not the coin we're looking for. Next, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe and carefully inspect the coin's lettering. Pay special attention to Liberty, In God We Trust, and the date. If you see any signs of doubling, you could be in luck. Finally, assess the coin's condition. Coins with scratches, wear, or discoloration are less valuable. If your coin looks uncirculated, it might be worth getting it professionally graded. Speaking of grading, if you think you've found a valuable 1995 quarter, your next step is to send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll examine the coin, confirm the error, and assign it a grade. Higher grades mean higher value. Grading does come with a fee, so be sure you're confident in your find before sending it in. But trust me, the investment is worth it if your coin is the real deal. Now, here are some tips for all you aspiring treasure hunters out there. Always check your quarters carefully. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. Coin dealers and shows are great places to learn more and even spot rare finds. Forums and Facebook groups for coin enthusiasts can be a goldmine of information. Coins like the 1995 Washington quarter aren't just valuable, they're a piece of history. They remind us that even small mistakes can lead to something extraordinary. That's why collectors love them. Alright, coin lovers, now it's your turn. Start checking your pockets, jars, and collections. You never know if you might have a 1995 Washington quarter worth $1.4 million. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on amazing coin stories like this one. And let me know in the comments if you've ever found a rare coin or want me to cover a specific one next. We're talking about the 1999 mint mark $quarter coin, and why it's making waves in the coin collecting community. The year 1999 was a landmark moment for coin collectors. It marked the launch of the highly popular 50-state quarters program, designed to celebrate each state's unique heritage. The 1999 quarters were the first coins in this series, and the excitement around them was enormous. These quarters were minted at the Philadelphia Mint, represented by the P mint mark. But what sets some of these 1999 quarters apart, making them worth up to $1 million? Let's break it down. The 1999 P mint mark quarter can be incredibly valuable if it has certain rare characteristics. Look for minting errors like double die obverse, DDO, where letters or numbers appear doubled. These can significantly boost the coin's value. Coins graded as MS68 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC are exceedingly rare and command premium prices. Some coins may exhibit off-center strikes or missing elements, making them one-of-a-kind collectibles. Visual of a magnifying glass inspecting a quarter. Take a close look at the coin's edges, lettering, and details. Even the slightest imperfection or rarity could mean you're holding a fortune. Now, here's where it gets exciting. Some 1999 quarters have fetched jaw-dropping prices at auctions. For example, a rare 1999 Delaware quarter with a pristine grade of MS69 was sold for nearly $20,000. Imagine what a unique error coin or a flawless specimen could go for, potentially millions. So, how can you tell if your 1999 P mint mark quarter is worth more than face value? Here's what to do. Don't overlook the coins you receive daily. Treasure could be right in your pocket. A magnifying glass or a digital microscope can help you spot minting errors. If you think your coin is special, submit it to a professional grading service for evaluation. Building your coin collection can be fun and profitable. Keep your quarters safe in protective cases, avoid handling them directly, and always research before selling. And there you have it. The 1999 P Mint Mark quarter dollar, a tiny piece of history with the potential to change your life. So, what are you waiting for? Check your piggy banks, wallets, and old coin jars. Who knows? You might be the next lucky collector to strike it rich. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 1999 D Washington quarter and discovering what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. Welcome back to Coins Dealer. If you're a coin collector or just someone with spare change lying around, this is a story you won't want to miss. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we explore rare and valuable coins like this 1999 D Washington quarter. The 1999 D Washington quarter was part of the 50-state quarters program, launched to celebrate each U.S. state. That year, quarters were issued for Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, and Connecticut. The D Mint mark signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities responsible for producing U.S. currency. But what makes this particular coin from 1999 worth $1.7 million? To understand, we need to delve into the world of errors, rarity, and collector demand. One of the primary reasons for its immense value is a minting error. Some 1999 D Washington quarters were struck on experimental planchets. These are test materials used by the U.S. Mint to explore different alloys. These experimental quarters have a distinctive look, often appearing darker or more glossy than standard coins. These errors were never intended for circulation. However, a small number of these coins made it out of the mint and into the hands of the public. So, how can you tell if your 1999 D Washington quarter is one of these rare gems? Here are the key features to look for. The coin may feel lighter or heavier than a regular quarter. Look for a glossy or darker surface that differs from typical quarters. Ensure it has the D Mint mark, as these errors came exclusively from the Denver Mint. If you spot these signs, your coin could be worth a fortune, but confirming its authenticity will require expert grading and certification. The rare combination of historical significance, error rarity, and collector interest drives the value of these coins sky high. One verified example of the 1999 D experimental planchet quarter sold at auction for an astonishing $1.7 million. Collectors are willing to pay top dollar for coins that tell a unique story or represent a piece of minting history, and this coin checks all those boxes. If you think you have one of these quarters, don't clean it or attempt to alter it in any way. Cleaning a coin can significantly reduce its value. Instead, store it in a protective holder and get it appraised by a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Once authenticated and graded, your coin could be the centerpiece of a major auction, bringing in a life-changing amount of money. So, there you have it, the story of the 1999 D Washington quarter worth $1.7 million. Could your pocket change hold a similar treasure? The only way to find out is to check every coin carefully. Let us know in the comments if you've ever found a rare or valuable coin. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with fellow coin enthusiasts. We'll dive deep into why this coin is so valuable, what to look for, and how you can determine if you have one of these rare gems. The 2000 D Washington quarter was struck at the Denver Mint as part of the U.S. State Quarters program. This series celebrated each state in the order they joined the Union or ratified the Constitution. But what makes this particular coin stand out is a combination of rare errors, high-quality strikes, and collector demand. More than 1.5 billion of these quarters were minted, but not all are created equal. A tiny percentage of these coins have errors or unique features that make them incredibly valuable. Let's talk about why some of these quarters fetch jaw-dropping prices. The key factors are: coins with double dies, misstrikes, or planchet errors are highly sought after. Look for doubling on letters like Liberty, the date, or the phrase "In God We Trust." Coins graded by professional services, like PCGS or NGC, with an MS68 or higher can command staggering prices. Why? Because finding a flawless coin among billions is almost impossible. Some 2000 D quarters might have unusual toning or rare die varieties. These quirks add to their uniqueness and value. So, how do you know if you've hit the jackpot? Here's what to do. use a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe to check for doubling or unusual marks. Look for coins with minimal scratches or wear. If it looks almost new, you might be holding a high-grade coin. If you suspect your quarter is special, send it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll give it an official grade and certify its value. And remember, even small details can make a huge difference. A 2000D quarter with a high MS68 grade sold for over $10,000 at auction. Some error coins from the same series have fetched tens of thousands of dollars, depending on the rarity of the mistake. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change. Talk about a dream come true. So, what's the takeaway? Always check your coins. That jar of quarters on your dresser or the loose change in your car could hold a hidden treasure. Remember, the key to finding valuable coins is patience and a keen eye for detail. Don't forget to get your finds professionally assessed. It's worth the investment if your coin could be worth millions. We're diving into the fascinating story of the 2000p Washington quarter, what makes it so valuable, how to spot one, and the hidden secrets behind this coin. Don't go anywhere, because this could change your life. The 2000p Washington quarter was minted in Philadelphia as part of the 50 State Quarters program, celebrating American history and statehood. The P Mint mark indicates it was produced in Philadelphia, with over 500 million quarters struck that year. So why would this quarter be worth more than $1 million? It's not just any 2000p quarter that fetches big bucks. It's all about unique errors, rare varieties, and perfect grading conditions. Let's break it down. First, let's talk about errors. Error coins are mistakes that happen during the minting process, and collectors absolutely love them. For the 2000p quarter, some of the most sought-after errors include where the design is accidentally struck twice, creating a shadow effect. Quarters that aren't properly aligned during minting. A rare issue where the outer layer of the coin separates, exposing the copper core. If you spot these features, don't toss that coin. It could be worth thousands or even hundreds of thousands. Another factor that skyrockets the value of the 2000p quarter is its grade. Coins are graded on a scale of 1 to 70 by professional services like PCGS or NGC. A grade of mint state 70, which means the coin is absolutely flawless, can dramatically increase its value. One perfect 2000p quarter sold at auction for nearly $1 million due to its pristine condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. Isn't that amazing? So, how can you tell if your 2000p quarter is worth a fortune? Here's what to do. It's located just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to spot any unusual features like doubling or misalignments. The closer it is to mint state 70, the more valuable it could be. Send it to a professional grading service if you think you've found something special. You never know, you might have a treasure sitting right in your pocket or coin jar. Found a potential jackpot? Here's how to sell it for the best price. Get it certified. A professional grading certificate adds credibility. Research auction houses. Choose a reputable one that specializes in rare coins. Don't rush. Take your time to find the right buyer who understands its value. Remember, patience pays off, especially in the world of rare coins. So, there you have it. The 2000p Washington quarter could be your ticket to $1 million payday. Have you checked your pocket change yet? If not, what are you waiting for? If you enjoyed this video and want more tips on rare coins and hidden treasures, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Drop a comment below if you think you found a valuable coin. I'd love to hear your stories. We're talking about the 2001D Washington quarter, a coin that can fetch upwards of $1 million in the right conditions. That's right, $1 million quarter. So sit back, grab your magnifying glass, and let's explore the fascinating world of this rare coin. Let's start with the basics. The 2001D Washington quarter was minted by the United States Mint in Denver, which is why it has that D mint mark on the reverse side. As part of the 50 State Quarters program, this particular quarter has some history behind it. 2001 marked the start of the second year of the program, and this year's releases included the famous New York and North Carolina quarters. But in terms of value, It's not just about the design, it's about rarity, minting errors, and collector demand. So, what makes this coin worth up to $1 million? Well, most of the 2001D quarters are worth only about 25 cents. But a small number of them have unique characteristics that set them apart, and it's these features that could skyrocket their value. Minting errors. These errors can be as simple as a double die or as rare as off-center strikes. Some collectors hunt down these error coins because they're unique and incredibly valuable. A double die error occurs when the design is struck twice, creating a ghost image on the coin. This happens when the die used to imprint the design on the coin is misaligned during production. For a 2001D quarter, these errors are pretty rare, but when they pop up, they can fetch thousands of dollars, sometimes even more. Now, how can you tell if your 2001D Washington quarter is worth that kind of money? Here's what you need to know. First, look for any double die errors. Check the date, mint mark, and any lettering on the obverse side, especially the word Liberty and In God We Trust. A clear doubling in these areas can significantly increase the value of your coin. Next, check for off-center strikes. These happen when the coin isn't properly aligned in the press, leading to part of the design being cut off. An off-center 2001D quarter is a major find and could make you thousands of dollars richer. Another rare error to look out for is a clipped planchet. This happens when the metal blank used to create the quarter is accidentally clipped, creating a coin with a bite missing from the edge. It's a unique mistake that collectors prize. And don't forget about the overall condition. A high-grade coin, one with little to no wear, can also command a premium, even without errors. If your 2001D quarter is graded at MS67 or higher by the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or Professional Coin Grading Service PCGS, you could be looking at a hefty sum. Now that you know what to look for, how do you find one of these million-dollar gems? For many collectors, it's about searching through coin rolls, coin shops, and even auctions to track down a high-quality 2001D quarter. Some lucky individuals have found these rare coins and change, while others rely on the expertise of professional dealers. In fact, a double die error 2001D quarter once sold for over $500,000 at an auction. Imagine walking into a coin store and finding one of these by accident. It's the ultimate collector's dream. Before you head out and start searching for that million-dollar 2001D quarter, here are a few tips from the experts. Grading your coins by a trusted service like NGC or PCGS is key. A higher grade can drastically increase the coin's value. A poorly graded coin with errors may still sell, but high-grade coins with errors can fetch the big bucks. Stay up to date on auction results to track how much these coins are selling for. The market for rare quarters can fluctuate, and knowing the current trends will help you make smart buying and selling decisions. If you have a 2001D quarter you believe could be valuable, don't hesitate to consult with a professional numismatist or coin dealer. Their experience and knowledge can make the difference between finding a hidden treasure and losing out on a potential fortune. So, there you have it. The 2001D Washington quarter could be worth a lot more than you think, and if you're lucky enough to find one of these rare, error-filled coins, you might just have a future millionaire maker in your hands. We've got a coin that's potentially worth a lot more than you might expect, the 2005D Mint Mark quarter dollar. This unassuming coin, produced in the Denver Mint, can be worth up to $1 million if you know what to look for. Stick around, because we're diving deep into the rare variations of this coin that have collectors buzzing. Before we get into the rare finds, let's set the stage. The 2005D quarter dollar is part of the State Quarters program, which was launched by the U.S. Mint in 1999 to honor each state in the Union. The 2005 series features 5 different states: Oregon, California, Minnesota, Michigan, and Iowa. These quarters were minted in large numbers, and most you come across today are worth their face value of 25 cents. But here's where it gets interesting. Within the vast number of 2005D quarters produced, there are some extremely rare errors and varieties that can push the value of these coins into the stratosphere. Let's uncover those. One of the most valuable 2005D quarters comes from a minting error. Yes, these errors are the key to finding a coin worth potentially millions. The most famous of these errors is the double die variety, particularly on the Oregon quarter. In 2005, a small number of Oregon quarters were struck with a doubling error on the reverse side, which resulted in the word e pluribus unum and other parts of the design appearing doubled. This error is a serious find for collectors because it's extremely rare, and the more pronounced the doubling, the higher the value. Now, this isn't the only variety to look out for. The 2005 D quarter also has clashing die errors. This happens when the dies used to strike the coin collide, leaving strange markings and impressions on the coin. These coins are far less common and are highly sought after by numismatists. Another coin to watch is the 2005 D Minnesota quarter. This coin had a rare spitting horse variety, where a small die chip caused a crack in the design on the horse's cheek. Collectors have named this error the spitting horse because of how the die chip looks like the horse is spitting. The spitting horse quarters can fetch tens of thousands of dollars in good condition, but in higher grades, they can reach much higher values. Now, imagine the chance of a spitting horse error in pristine condition. That could push the value even further. If you're lucky enough to find one, keep an eye on the die markings to confirm whether it's a true spitting horse variety. Alright, so you've got your hands on a 2005 D quarter with an error. Great! But there's one more factor that plays a huge role in the value: condition. Coins that are in mint condition or have been graded as MS65 or higher can be worth thousands, if not more. The better the condition, the more appealing it is to collectors. Coins that are nearly flawless, with sharp details and minimal wear, command premium prices. So, if your 2005 D quarter is error-free but in near-perfect condition, it's still worth significantly more than face value. Now, let's talk about the potential value. A 2005 D Oregon double die or Minnesota spitting horse in high-grade condition can sell anywhere from $1,000 to $50,000 depending on the rarity and the error's prominence. But here's where the real magic happens. If you happen to find a quarter with multiple rare errors, or one in perfect condition with a unique die variety, it could reach up to $1 million or more in the right auction. A coin like that would be a once-in-a-lifetime find, and could be the crown jewel of any collection. Let's run through a quick checklist to help you identify if your 2005 D quarter is a potential treasure. Check for doubling on the reverse of the coin, especially around the lettering. Check for the spitting horse error on the Minnesota quarter. Inspect the horse's cheek closely for any die cracks or chips. Look for signs of clashing die errors, which will leave strange, extra marks or shapes on the coin. Higher grades with minimal wear are always more valuable. Now you know what to look for with the 2005 D quarter dollar. Whether it's a double die, a spitting horse, or some other minting error, there's a chance your 2005 D quarter could be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you come across one, don't just toss it into your pocket change, get it professionally graded and evaluated. We're diving deep into the 2006 D Mint Mark $quarter coin, a coin that could be worth up to $1 million. That's right, you heard me correctly. So, if you have a 2006 D quarter laying around, stick around because this could change everything for you. First, let's take a quick look at the 2006 quarter dollar. As you may know, this coin was part of the 50-state quarters program, which ran from 1999 to 2008. The 2006 issue featured quarters from Nevada, Nebraska, and North Dakota. But just like any other coin in circulation, most 2006 D quarters were produced in large quantities by the U.S. Mint and are worth just face value, 25 cents. However, what makes this coin special isn't just its regular design or release, but rather a very rare variety that turned heads in the coin collecting community. Now, here's where things get interesting. Some 2006 D quarters were struck with a unique error that could make them worth an absolute fortune. We're talking about coins with a major die crack error, specifically the extra thick rim error or the clash die error. So, what exactly is a die crack error, and why does it matter? A die crack happens when the die used to strike the coin becomes damaged. This damage causes cracks to appear on the coin's surface, often in unique and recognizable patterns. In some cases, this error can cause features of the coin to be distorted, or additional images to appear. These are called clash dies. In 2006, some of these rare errors appeared in the Denver Mint's production, and a few were released into circulation. Now, while most errors like these are subtle and can go unnoticed, certain ones, especially those with distinctive die cracks, can skyrocket in value. Now, here's the kicker: some of these error coins, particularly the ones with the most prominent die cracks or other noticeable minting flaws, have been sold at auctions for staggering prices. Some have been reported to reach values anywhere from a few $100s to, yes, over $1 million. But what exactly makes them worth this much? First of all, rarity plays a huge role. Coins with noticeable errors are extremely rare, and the rarer the error, the higher the price. Collectors and investors are constantly looking for coins with minting mistakes, and when one comes up, it's a bidding frenzy. Secondly, the condition of the coin matters. A mint state coin, meaning it has little to no wear and tear, can command a premium. The higher the grade of the coin, the more valuable it is. Now that you know there's big money to be made with the 2006 D error quarters, how do you spot one? Here's what to look for. These appear as raised lines, often around the edge of the coin, forming a crack-like appearance. This error happens when two dies collide without a coin in between them, resulting in strange imprints or overlapping features. Look for any significant misalignments or strange doubling of text and images. Cut to a detailed visual showing a standard 2006 D quarter versus one with the error visible. If you think you have a 2006 D error quarter in your hands, the next step is to get it authenticated. Take it to a professional coin grader or a reputable dealer. They can examine it and determine its grade and authenticity. Once confirmed, you could be holding onto a coin worth thousands, if not millions, depending on the rarity and condition of the error. So, the 2006 D Mint Mark $quarter coin may look like just another ordinary coin, but for the right collector, it could be worth an absolute fortune. Whether it's a die crack, a clash die, or some other error, these coins could change your life. Be sure to check your change carefully, and keep an eye out for these rare finds. We're diving into one of the most exciting coins of the modern era that could be hiding in your collection or even in your change jar: the 2017 P Mint Mark $quarter coin. And yes, you've heard that right, this coin could be worth up to $1 million. Let's explore why. Now, the 2017 P Mint Mark $quarter may look like just another regular coin in your pocket, but there's one key feature that makes it stand out: the P Mint mark on the reverse side. This was the first time in US history that a quarter was minted with the P Mint mark. But why is this so important? Prior to 2017, all circulating quarters were made in either the Denver D or San Francisco S mints, with the Philadelphia Mint making only proof sets and special releases. But in 2017, the US Mint decided to include the P Mint mark on regular circulating quarters as part of a special initiative to celebrate the 225th anniversary of the Philadelphia Mint. So you might be wondering, how does this make the 2017 P quarter worth up to $1 million? Here's the twist: although millions of these quarters were produced, only a very small number of them were made with an error that makes them incredibly valuable. Some 2017 P quarters have a significant error, a double die obverse, meaning the front face of the coin has a noticeable double strike. This happens when the die used to imprint the coin strikes the surface twice, resulting in a blurry or doubled design. Can you see it? The doubling on the letters and numbers is visible, especially on the Liberty and In God We Trust inscriptions. If you come across a 2017 P quarter with this kind of error, you're sitting on a potential gold mine. Now, the key to maximizing the value of your 2017 P Mint quarter is having it graded. Coins with these double die errors that are certified and graded by companies like PCGS or NGC can fetch incredible prices, with some reaching up to a whopping $1 million. Just take a look at these listings. Coins like the 2017 P double die obverse quarter have sold for thousands, and in some rare cases, they've even sold for over $1 million. It's a true jackpot for collectors, and one of the most exciting finds in the world of coin collecting. So, what should you do if you find a 2017 P Mint Mark quarter? First, check the coin carefully for any errors, especially the double die. Then, make sure to get it professionally graded by a trusted service like PCGS or NGC. These companies will authenticate the coin, assess its condition, and assign a grade, which directly impacts its value. And don't forget to check for other factors that can increase a coin's value, like minting flaws, scratches, or wear. The better the condition, the higher the value. To help you on your journey, make sure to get the right tools to inspect your coins: a magnifying glass, a coin grade book, or even a digital scale. These tools will help you spot any rare errors that could turn your collection into a fortune. Remember, not every 2017 P quarter will be worth $1 million. But finding one with an error, like the double die, could definitely boost its value. Always keep an eye out, as these errors are rare, and you might just have a once-in-a-lifetime find. We've got an incredible find that you won't want to miss: a quarter from 2021 that could be worth a fortune. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about the 2021 P Mint Mark $quarter coin that can sell for up to $1 million. Let's dive into this amazing coin and see what makes it so valuable. So what makes the 2021 P Mint Mark quarter so special? The United States Mint released several types of quarters in 2021, but one specific version of the P Mint Mark could make you rich. This coin was part of the America the Beautiful series, a program that features national parks and historic landmarks across the country. It's the 2021 coin that could potentially be worth up to $1 million if you find it with a rare error. Now, before you run to your coin jar, let's talk about the most valuable version of this quarter, the 2021 Philadelphia Mint error coin. The error we're looking for here is a double die or misstrike error. This type of error happens when the coin is struck more than once, and the images on the coin are slightly misaligned, making the design appear doubled. It's a rare phenomenon, and if you find one of these coins, it could be worth thousands to $1 million. Look at the difference here. On a regular 2021 P quarter, you'll notice that the mint mark and the details are clear and sharp. But on the error coin, the P Mint mark and other fine details, like the lettering or the designs, appear slightly doubled or blurry. These misstrikes are what collectors are looking for, and they can send a coin's value through the roof. Double die error coins are some of the most sought-after collectibles in the coin world. When collectors find one of these, they often buy them at auction for hundreds of thousands of dollars. Some, with extreme misstrikes or special features, can even reach $1 million depending on their rarity and condition. Pretty exciting, right? But here's the kicker: this error is extremely rare. Not every 2021 P Mint quarter has this double die error. You have to know what you're looking for. If you've got a 2021 P quarter that looks like it has a double mint mark or extra detail in the design, you might have something special on your hands. So how do you go about finding one of these $1 million coins? First things first, grab a magnifying glass or a jeweler's loupe. You'll need to check the mint mark and the other small details of the coin. Look for any signs of doubling, especially on the P Mint mark or around the word Liberty, In God We Trust, and the $quarter inscription. Check carefully. The doubling can be subtle, but it's there. If you spot anything unusual, you'll want to examine it under higher magnification and even get an expert to authenticate it. Having it graded by the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, is a great way to confirm its value. Some 2021 P Mint double die error coins have been sold at auctions for upwards of $200,000. However, the rarest of the rare, in perfect condition, could fetch $1 million price tag. Imagine having one of these hidden in your collection. That's a life-changing find right there. So, there you have it. The 2021 P Mint Mark $quarter could be worth up to $1 million if you find the right error coin. Remember, these types of errors are rare, but with a little attention to detail and some luck, you could be holding on to a treasure.